Hey guys, Ray Savino here, founder of RTL Paranormal, located in Hampton Roads, Virginia area. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a 47-year-old man who has graduated high school in 1990, and I have a wonderful girlfriend who I've been with since 2001, and we have two kids together. One is a 13-year-old who thinks he's 22. Kids. And I got a 5-year-old who may or may not be a demon. I'm not quite sure yet. So, on top of that, I got two piece of crap cats that I don't like. Dog lover. But they came with the girlfriend, so what am I going to do? So, let me tell you a little bit about me in the field. I've been in the paranormal field for 11 years now. And we do a lot of fundraising events, a lot of private home investigations, businesses, all types of investigations and fundraising events. But the thing I enjoy the most out of the field is reviewing audio. I have tons and tons and tons of audio that I've reviewed since 2008 or 9 when we first started RTL Paranormal. And I don't want to call myself a specialist, but I do consider myself really good at what I do. I do it all the time. Patricia could tell you that through Facebook, because I do a lot of posts, I review whenever I can. Before the kids get up, after the kids go to bed, on my days off, while they're at school, whenever I get an opportunity, that's what I'm doing. I'm reviewing. I want to make sure that I find the best EVPs available for our guests, our clients, our business owners, and everything. So, I take a lot of pride in that, and hopefully it shows in the EVPs and the audio data that I've produced throughout the years. So, what experiences sparked my interest in the paranormal? Whew. Well, when I was a child in New York, and it's hard for me to understand this because I don't understand why, as a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old, I can remember this, but excuse me, I got a little bit of a cold. I remember living in an apartment building in the 70s in New York. For some odd reason, I keep seeing it in my dreams. It's a repetitive dream over and over again throughout the years, where I'm sitting at the dining room table. At the end of the dining room table, if you look to the left, there's the front door of the apartment. The door was open, and the way the building was set up was you have the apartments above you, you got the stairs coming down, and then you have another little hallway, and then it goes down again. So it's like that. I happen to look over my left shoulder through the front door, and I see this. It's funny to even say it, but because it's so stereotypical, it looked like a white sheet, like a ghost. It was just floating down the steps, and there was no feet, and it slowly turned to come up the hallway, and there was no eyes or anything, nothing like that, just a sheet. And it was just flowing and floating around, and it kept coming towards me, and down the hallway, and it came through the front door of the apartment that I was in, and it kept coming closer and closer and closer. And I don't remember the end results of it, especially in my dreams, because I always wake up then. But that was my first experience. Then I lived in Pennsylvania by myself. I had a efficiency apartment, which is right in front of the cemetery was right behind me. And, I would have to walk to work. I worked at a fast food joint back then. And so I would leave work. I make sure that the lights were off, the TV was off. I come back, the lights are on in some places. There's the TV's blaring. Or I used to have the old windows that you have to crank open or crank closed or crank shut. My windows would be open or when I know I closed them, stuff like that. Or you go downstairs to the mailbox or to do your laundry and you come back up and the TV is like blaring. Um, then one time, the way it's set up, I had the couch on the wall. So if I look to the left, you can look down the hallway. There's a bathroom on the right, and at the end of the hallway is the bedroom. I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and the door of the bedroom was closed and it had a light on. I been so long, I couldn't tell you why I had the door closed, but something made me look over there, down the hallway. So I looked, and underneath the door, you see a little bit of light from the bedroom, underneath the doorway. So as I'm looking, something dark slowly moved across the bottom of the door, where the light was. It blocked out the light. I'm like, okay, I left my cat in there, and I accidentally closed the door. The cat's in the corner of the other side of my couch. So I knew it wasn't a pet. So, things started happening, and we used a Ouija board, a friend of mine and I did. And he swears up and down he wasn't messing around. I swear up and down I wasn't messing around. But we got the name Toby. And so we started walking around. It took a while throughout the cemetery. It took, I couldn't even tell you. But we started walking around and I found a tombstone that had, I guess from the birth to the death, it would have been 10 years old or something like that. It's been so long now. But the name on it was Tobias. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say that that was him talking to me. It was Tobias talking to me at the Ouija board, but, I don't believe in coincidences either. So, to get that name and then find something that is as close as you can get to Toby, made me fascinated. The whole situation made me fascinated about the paranormal. So that's what had me interested in the paranormal. But when the TV shows first came out, and I'm like, wait, what? You got people out there that's in groups doing this kind of stuff. That's when I started looking for groups. I ended up in a group that was more interested in World of Warcraft than actually looking for places to investigate and learning about the paranormal. So I said, you know what? Middle fingers up. I'm out. I'm going to start my own group. So that's what I did. I started RTL Paranormal in 2009, and we've been going strong ever since. I can probably say without a shadow of a doubt, I think, that we're the only paranormal group around this area that have been personally invited by the military to investigate certain locations on active military bases. We've investigated the USS Zuni at Oceana Amphibious Base one time. If you remember the movie Perfect Storm, the Coast Guard boat, that Coast Guard boat we investigated. We investigated at Fort Eustis Army Base, the Matthew Jones House. Great place. You guys need to go over there. Let's see, where else? Langley Air Force Base, the 633rd Contracting Building, which is no longer a contracting building anymore. It is now some kind of medical building. So that one was off the hook. We caught women singing when we know nobody was in the house. One of the telephones rang while we were right next to it, but it wasn't just like an outside call. It was a desk to desk. Like somebody was paging somebody at another desk down the hallway. Well, we know there wasn't anybody else in there but RTL Paranormal and the liaison to the building commander. So that was kind of cool too. So we've also been, our name is everywhere around here, and I'm very proud to say that because we work very hard to do what we do, and I'm very proud of why we do what we do. So that is what sparked my interest in the paranormal. Let's see, what else here you got? I already told you. Oh, yeah. What is my specific talent as a paranormal investigator? As much as I love investigating and setting up fundraisers and all that kind of stuff, um, my specific talent is the audio stuff. I love doing the audio. It's one of the things that I worked hard at. So, hopefully it shows when I post on Facebook. Hopefully Patricia can let you in on it, that because she's on my Facebook page. She's a Facebook friend. Whenever the kids are asleep, whenever the kids are leaving for school, whenever they get put to bed, on my days off, I'm doing audio. I'm reviewing. I'm trying to knock it out so the clients and the guests don't have to wait that long. I'm not half-assing it. I'm being very thorough with my audio reviews, and I think the evidence that I've captured and provided to the clients and to event goers, I think it shows that I put a lot of work into it. I don't do Class C's, and sometimes I don't even do Class B's. The majority of the EVPs that I put out for the public are nothing but Class A's. Because let's be real, when it comes to TV shows, it comes to events, even clients, they don't want to hear a muffled sound. They want to hear the "get out," kind of stuff, or "I'm going to kill you." That's the stuff they want to hear. Don't ask me why. I think everybody's morbid, but not as insane as I am. And but that's the thing I do. I love reviewing audio. I think one of the questions is, what's my scariest or most unique or amazing paranormal experience? Well, I've had the back of my head scratched until it was bloody. I've had my back scratched all over the place. And while I was talking to a guest at an event, we were just cleaning up. We were at Edgewood Plantation. We were cleaning up, and as I was trying to clean up, one of the guests wanted to talk to me about something. So as we were talking about the mill, my back started itching, and then it started burning, and then I couldn't take it anymore. And I said, "Don't take this as a come on or anything, but I'm going to take my shirt off. Can you check out my back for me? Something doesn't feel right." So when I pulled my shirt off, trust me, that's an ugly sight. Looked like a Shar-Pei. But anyway, there were scratches, vertical, horizontal, all over the place. And it just happened while I was talking. I've never had that happen to me before. I've had spirit enter my body to help me understand what they were feeling. Once I understood what they were trying to say to me during communication session, they left my body, and I was feeling funny for like 3 days after that. So, and that was at the beginning of RTL Paranormal. So, what have I learned from my involvement in the paranormal field? That there's no such thing as para-unity, because para-unity is a joke. People are going to group together, kind of like in high school, in the cafeteria. You got the cool kids at one table, you got the jocks at another table, you got this type of people at another table, and everybody has a persona. Everybody has an image. I don't play that. What you see is what you get. I'll joke around and have a good time, but I'm not going to sit there and be friends with people when I know each one is going to stab me in the back whenever they get a chance. And it has happened. And you guys know, and I know that this happens, where people will smile at you and then they'll run their mouth and talk crap about you. And that is because they don't work as hard as you do. They don't take pride in what they do. They're not professional when they go to a client's house. Um, they provoke the spirits, and then they leave. That's what I don't understand. Why are you going to piss off the ghost and then go, you know what? Okay, we're done. Now the homeowner got to deal with it. That's stupid. And then you don't come back. I don't understand that. So, that's the other thing I take pride in. We're not a cookie cutter paranormal group. We'll investigate a location. We'll learn as much as we can about the location. And then instead of leaving and leaving it up to the homeowners to deal with all the activity that got stirred up from us being there, we try to, what we call a paranormal makeover. We try to do cleansings. We do home blessings. We try to even move furniture around to help the energy flow in the house. We don't just leave. We do all this stuff. And we have great people in the group now that I'm learning from, because this is a new direction for RTL Paranormal. And I'm glad I have the people that I have to help me learn from, because that makes me a better investigator. You can sit there and run your mouth and talk junk to the spirit, and then you stir up all this activity. Then what are you going to do? You just walk home, or you leave and you go home. Now they got to deal with it, the homeowners. So, we don't do that, and that drives me nuts. And that's what I've learned. You can't trust anybody in the paranormal field except your friends and your family. And so that's why, and Patricia could probably tell you a little bit more about me. I don't mess with other groups. I don't talk to a whole lot of other groups. I don't try to mingle with paranormal investigators and all that. I have a close-knit group of people that I consider friends and family. Those are the ones that I ask to go and do events for me, to help me out at the events. They're the ones that I invite to investigations. I don't talk to nobody else because I know what they're about. So there's a lot of shadiness in the field, and I've learned about it. But when you smile, it drives them nuts. So smile. Anything I would like to tell you guys about what I can contribute to this new show? Well, beside this cute, adorable face, hello, ladies. I bring humor. I like to joke around. I want to bring realism. Not everything is demonic. Not everything is a ghost. There's going to be what I call duds, where you go to a house and you get absolutely nothing. For example, there was a lady who had a grandson living there in Virginia Beach, who sweared up and down that she had spirits in her house. Because of her health, she had to basically live downstairs while the grandkid lived in one of the rooms upstairs. So we went in, we did our investigation. She said she keeps hearing noises downstairs. You investigate and you look into the laundry room, and there's a bird nest in the air vent. So now I know where the noises are coming from. Then she said she was getting phantom smells throughout the house. So as we're investigating the grandkids' room, we're doing an EVP session. I see an empty Mountain Dew can crushed up for a makeshift bowl. They were smoking weed in the bedroom. So there's your phantom smell. When you live in clutter, chances are you're going to get rodents. We found rat droppings. So all this comes into effect when somebody is claiming something. So not all houses are paranormal. Not all houses are haunted. But in order to find out, you got to do it. So, that's what we do. And I like to joke around. I like to bring humor. I like to make people laugh and smile. I'd be all goofy and stuff. You got to find the lighter stuff. A lot of these shows are cookie cutter shows. Find a location, find creepy music for the location. It's a demon. It's a demon. It's a demon. You got to also think about the group that's doing it, or the investigators. You don't know anything about the investigators. For all you know, you think they're dark and moody just like everybody else on TV. No, some of us got the IQ of a kid who likes to joke around, who likes to play games and jokes on the investigators. That's what I like to do. Not everything is serious, but the investigations are. Don't get me wrong. But what happens before and after the investigation, sometimes during. You don't know. I'm kooky like that. I'm unpredictable. But like investigations and stuff, I'm serious about it. But when it comes to joking around and having a good time with the people I'm around, it's going to happen. So that's me in a nutshell. So pick me. I got kids. I got bills to pay. You guys have a good one.